Hi everyone, welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Happy Monday to you all. How you guys doing? I hope you all had a great weekend. I got some rest, which is good for me because I work so much, guys, that sometimes I don't know when to stop until my body tells me I need to rest. So that's what I did this weekend, is got some rest, feeling better, feeling rejuvenated. I talk about this a lot on here, but I need to be doing more of it as, I need to do that. So I'm working on doing that, finding ways to do this before my body tells me, hey, you need to rest. So guys, find ways to rest, take care of yourself, your mental and physical health, because as you do that, you start to feel better. And when you feel better, you do better. So guys, with that being said, I hope you guys are doing good, and thank you subscribers, old and new ones. The comments, guys, continue to comment here. Let me know how these videos are resonating and helping you guys, because I speak only from a personal point of the experiences that I had with pain, grief, and trauma, and I talk about how I became an overcomer instead of succumbing to these problems, because it's so easy to get to a place of despair where you just say, hey, I can't do this anymore. But I learned how to overcome, and if I can do this without having no support system except for a therapist and God himself, and no other support system. But the key factor is to persevere. Never give up on you. Because we're talking about you, guys. And it's important. I always have music, flowers, things to make it comfortable here for everybody watching. And it's important to take care of yourself. The haters and other people are going to say A, B, C, and D. Just tune out that noise, because know that you're just as important as everybody else. And it may take time to build up that self-esteem. If many of you have low self-esteem, like mine was down to 0 until I started to do the work. But it's not going to happen overnight. But as you persevere, fight, and crawl through, I promise you, you continue to stay on the path to do so, you will start to see the results of your hard labor. So guys, also keep in mind, I'm not a therapist, a social worker, or a counselor. Just somebody who speaks from personal experiences of true stories here, where I learned to turn that pain into power instead of succumbing to it. So guys, and I'm going to help you do the same. If these stories, these things that I'm sharing, that these personal stories and situations resonate with you, continue to show up here, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment if you need to. But remember, this is a space where we upbuild here. We don't judge, we don't put down. It's enough of that going on right now, as you guys can see. So we're here to build everybody up so that our mental and physical can be in a place of high vibing. So with that being said, guys, the topic of discussion today is the right to heal. Everyone here has a right to heal their grief, their pain, their trauma. Because if you don't heal that, guess what, guys? You using a metaphor of somebody carrying bricks, a ton of bricks on their back, trying to climb a hill. It's almost impossible. And that's what you're doing as you carry those luggages of suitcase, baggages, tons of bricks, as I use as a metaphor, on your back. And it's like I said in another video, carrying monkeys on your back, because you're carrying all this stuff, but you can barely walk with it. And then trying to connect with new connections, whether it's a personal one, family, business, etc. It's hard to connect with anything when you're carrying monkeys and bricks on your back, because it's hard to focus. So when you throw those bricks and monkeys off your back, then you can walk upright instead of carrying, baggage and luggage with you everywhere where you go. It's important, because I use a lot of metaphors here, is you open up a door and you see an elephant in the room. And people are walking around it as this elephant grows bigger and bigger and bigger. It's eating. and feeding on toxicity, and it's growing bigger every day, and people are just ignoring it, walking around it, walking past it, pretending it's not there. Well, to do that means that you're not addressing the pain, the trauma. That means that you're allowing it to get bigger. Remember that pain, trauma, and grief, all these things need an outlet in order for you to heal it. It can't stay stuck within you, because if it does, guys, guess what happens? Bitterness. You can't move forward because you're stuck in the bitterness, the pain, the grief, all of it balled up together. So you stay stuck and stagnated because it's stuck there because there's no outlet for it. And one way of an outlet that I found for myself is therapy, because there I get to meet with a therapist weekly and talk about it. At first it was uncomfortable, kind of weird, but as I continue to show up weekly, I started to use my voice and talk about what that pain was, meaning looking at that elephant in the room, addressing it, taking that elephant head on instead of pretending it's not there, because you'll never heal from it. I was taught as a child growing up, what happens in this house stays in this house. But, we all grew up some form of broken thinking, broken way of living. And I had to change that mindset, because if what stays in this house, happens in this house, stays in this house, guess what? Nobody can heal. You're stuck. It has a chokehold on you and your life. You can't grow, heal, and evolve. So one way to heal these things is to talk about it. And when you sit with a therapist and you talk about it, that's confidential, guys. They can't share that with anyone. That's one of the things that they have to keep, due to HIPAA laws. That's between you and the therapist. And as you do that, it's an outlet for the pain. It's one outlet. Another outlet is do something that's going to keep you in high spirits, high vibing. Like if you have pets, spend time with them, go to your favorite restaurant, have that nice bubble bath with some candles and some music. Music helps me a lot. I have it going every time for the most part when I do these videos. And whatever keeps you high vibing and mentally stimulated, because when you stimulate your mind mentally, you're helping yourself to heal from all the hurts and pains and trauma that you've experienced. And you have a right to heal from these things. You don't have to be a crab at the bottom of the barrel because society tells you that's who you are. And they, haters want to keep you at the bottom of the barrel because they see you growing, healing, and evolving and getting better, and they're not doing the work, and they don't want to see you get out of that barrel. And as you climb to the top, as I use as a metaphor, to the top of that barrel, they trying to pull you right back down to the bottom. Never allow anyone to pull you back to the bottom of the barrel. Know your worth. Know your worth. And set boundaries. It's important to set boundaries, because as you set boundaries, then you can leave the distraction and noise over there while you're over here healing, growing, and evolving. Love yourself enough, people, to know your self-worth. Because never let anybody tell you you're less than zero and that you belong at the bottom of the barrel. Never allow that, because you are worth it. And never settle for less than you deserve. People want to define who you are, tell you what you're worth and what you should have and what you shouldn't have. I tune out that noise. For a very long time, the first half of my life, I was subservient to everything just to keep people in my life, because I had an issue with abandonment as well. But as I started to heal that broken way of thinking through taking care of myself, learning my worth, I started to heal. It took a while, but as I did, I started to set strong boundaries. As I set those boundaries, people didn't like it. Oh well, at first it was uncomfortable. People were clashing, as I set these boundaries. But some of them had the audacity to cross the boundaries. And so I would reiterate them. And then when they crossed them again, I would cut off, block, and delete, because my physical and mental health means everything. Guys, without your physical and mental health, you can't help yourself or anybody else or anything around you. So it's important to take care of you. So out of the noise, the confusion, the chaos, and the toxicity, guess what, guys? I chose myself instead of that, and set those strong boundaries. And sometimes you need to do that in order to stay in a place of healing. Never settle for less than you deserve. Never allow anyone to put their foot on your neck and tell you that you deserve to be at the bottom of the barrel because they don't like the new version of yourself. That is not your problem. You know, people who really genuinely care about you, and they're going to want to see you win. They want to see you winning, smiling, happy. And those who stay in a place at the bottom of the barrel, being miserable, toxic, and everything else on the negative, they don't want to see you grow, win, and heal. I did a video not too long ago about just because it's me. It could be anybody else that was growing, healing, evolving, and doing well. They wouldn't mind, but just because it's me. And when it gets like that, I go into deep prayer meditation with God to ask Him to cut the cord, guys. Cut the cord on that foolishness, the toxicity, the chaos, the noise, so that I could stay focused and persevere through all this nonsense and chaos to take care of me so that I'm okay. And if anybody else, everybody has a choice in this matter. They have a choice to heal or to stay on the wheel of toxicity. I choose to get off that wheel, to heal myself, to crawl out of that barrel, crabs of barrel that they wanted to have me down at the bottom, crawl to the top and get out. Leave them where they are and move on. Not judge anyone. Leave them, because we can talk, encourage others. We can bring the people to the water, but we can't make them drink. It is their decision. Just like it's your decision to heal your body, mind, and spirit. Because as you do this, guys, and you persevere and bite through and crawl through all this chaos and toxicity and noise and etc., as you do this, you feel better. As you feel better, you learn to love yourself. And as you get to the point that you love you, it doesn't matter what these other folks are talking about, because it's like the metaphor I use. You're going up this mountain. You hear all this noise and this and that, etc. But as you climb higher and higher, it sounds faint to the point where you don't even hear the noise at all. And that's where I am at this point of my journey, because it's important to be at a place of peace, inner peace. Because when you reach a place of inner peace, you're not bothered by the noise around you. Of course, there's going to be noise around you. But as the noise increases, you set higher boundaries, set stronger boundaries, so that you can stay focused on yourself. And people can't hate you because you chose yourself. For me, I have a hard time understanding that, because the first half of my life, I was subservient, like I said, to everything. And when things got real chaotic and the pain got stronger and God set me down in 2020, I realized there was nobody around me when I needed them, but God. And I say but God, but in the natural, nobody was there, and I had to sit in that and see what this was, and then realize that I need to choose me and take care of me so that I can be okay. And the same with you guys. Sometimes you need to choose yourself so that you're okay. Your physical and mental health is everything. Without that, you can't do anything for yourself or anybody else. And then you get to a place of inner peace. And when you get to a place of inner peace, that noise, you don't hear it anymore. And never allow anyone to make you feel less than zero. And if people want to put their foot in the door as you're closing it, set those strong boundaries. Keep taking care of yourself and never give up on you. Remember, there's only one you, and you need to be okay. It is better to be at a place of inner peace than broken down into pieces. That's the message today, guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Please share this message with others and invite them to be here so that they can get enlightened and know that they are worth it. This is Lisa shedding love and light. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you sometime tomorrow. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can be here when I show up. because I can never give a set time. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.